like Christmas okay, but sometimes you just need a little more. I need ball gowns, afternoon tea, dancing, and accents. Because I don't have an accent, of course. I'm talking British, maybe Highlander, and I need to partner with somebody who gets this like I do. Rachel of Rachel Reads and Sings is doing a collab with me. We are going to be reading Kindle Unlimited historical Christmas romance novellas all week long, and you're coming along with us. Hi, my name's Bea. Welcome to my channel, Mama Needs to Read Romance. Kindle Unlimited historical romance Christmas novella romance. Yeah. Okay, so it's day one and I could not be more excited. This is going to be so much fun, and I hope you get value out of this too, especially if you have Kindle Unlimited. I'm also going to be mentioning things on AnyPlay. I just want to make sure that you have the most fun holiday season that you can, so hopefully this will help you get inspired to read or listen to, which is also reading, right? Some great holiday books, and this vlog is all about historical romance Christmas. So here we go. Today I'm going to be focusing on Mira Platt. This is an author I did not already know. Do you know I actually did see her name recently? She just published a book at the end of October. It's called Once Upon a Haunted Romance. It's an anthology written by many fabulous historical romance authors, she being one of them. I've already added this to my TBR for next October, so I'm really excited to read that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. She also has a very popular, she did 15 whole books in this Book of Love series. It's all about an enchanted book, and the owner of the book, the girl that finds it, winds up finding love along the way as well. They're very highly reviewed, and yeah, there's 15 of them, so I think that they've done pretty well. Many books in the Book of Love series are not only just on Kindle Unlimited, they're also on AnyPlay. However, today we're going to be talking about one of her Christmas novellas, All I Want for Christmas, which is only 54 pages. I think I can get through that whole thing today. We shall see. She was only meant to be a dream. Perrin Marsh scraped and scratched to make his fortune, but knew he would never be fine enough to marry an angel like Aurora Braden. They'd never met, yet she was his inspiration, the prize always just out of his reach. He was content to keep her as a dream until the day their paths actually crossed shortly before Christmas. In that moment, Perrin knew all he wanted for Christmas was Aurora. Would his wish come true? So yeah, I'm excited to read this today. It looks short, sweet, super cute, and Christmassy. What more could you want? I'm taking advantage of a quiet moment, and I've started the story. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Aurora, and her cousin Hyacinth just went Christmas shopping. It's hustle and bustle, streets busy, everybody getting ready for Christmas. They're supposed to meet some family and friends at a tea shop. Some of her ribbons fall, and then a gentleman comes to help her collect them before they get trampled. You have to hear this. He had a splendid voice, deep and resonant, coating her against the chill like a delicious serving of warm honey. Oh, I love it. And then she goes, the breath caught in her lungs after she said, "Thank you, sir." He frowned. "Is something wrong?" And she thinks to herself, did a handsomer man exist? Then it says that his eyes were fiery emeralds, for his gaze shot flames through her. Despite the winter's chill and snow falling all around them in soft, large flakes, she suddenly felt too warm in her overcoat. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And apparently he cuts a fine figure as well. So we're ticking all the boxes here. By the way, I just talked to Rachel. In her vlog, she's going to be going to New York City. I am so excited. She's heading there this week. She's going to get to do New York City at Christmas. I cannot wait to see her vlog. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. Anyway, back to the book. Okay, I'm at 60% right now. And I think insta love is just going to be happening a lot in these novellas, because what else can you do? This is definitely an insta love situation. I don't want to do spoilers, so I don't want to say too much more. I will say that we've switched from a tea room to a ball, a glittering snow ball, and they've made it like a winter palace. It's beautiful. So exactly what I have been looking for. So I'm very excited about that. And we have an insta love situation, and there's dancing and there's kissing, and I'm 60% through. We'll see what happens. We'll see how realistic this is. I'm looking forward to finishing. It's the end of the day. I finished the book, and honestly, it was something of a miss for me. I don't think I go for the insta love, so to speak, but it was really interesting. They're from two different worlds, so we have that going for us as well. There's a trope right there. And, you know, he was a street urchin. He's a self-made man. She is an earl's daughter, I believe. And they just are really falling for each other. So it was good. There was something I saw in there that I've never seen in a historical romance in the way of arguments. I don't want to say too much in case you want to read it, but it was very interesting. I think overall I'd probably give this 2.5 stars. I just didn't feel the insta love. I just don't think that's for me. Here's the really cool part, actually, that kind of saved this a little bit for me. So apparently this is part of an anthology where people were supposed to write stories based on songs that, like, their favorite Christmas songs. So she chose Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas, which she tied into the very end of the story just beautifully. It was really a satisfying ending, all things considered. Now I'm gonna go change somebody's bed for a special surprise.
Carols that you love, we'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how...
Well, it's day 2, and I thought it would be fun to sit in front of my 3-year-old's bed and share how that went. So we did have to change the sheets and the pillowcase because she needs her flannel unicorns. Anybody else love flannel sheets in the wintertime? There's just something delicious about flannel when it's cold out. I love it. And she loved it, so we had to switch back. But she loves her comforter at least, so that's something. Anyway, it's already midday and I haven't even had a chance to tell you about the book I'm supposed to be reading today because my 10-year-old had blood work this morning at 8 a.m. and then at 10 a.m. my 7-year-old had sealants at the dentist. So I spent most of the morning shuttling people around and wrestling my boys to help them sit still in appointments that really weren't fun at all. So I'm really excited to read a cute Christmas novella. So let's talk about it now before I have to go pick up my daughter at preschool, which is going to be in just a couple minutes. This day is crazy. Today we are reading Never Keep a Secret at Christmas by Maggie Anderson. It's part of the Never series, actually, book 1.5. This is another super short book. I think it's like 34 pages. Something I can get through today because, as I've already mentioned, today has been extremely busy. So I'm very happy for another short novella. Maggie Anderson's books look like they do very well. All the ratings I saw on Goodreads are decent. I went to her website, which I do have linked in my description box in case you're interested to see more. She's got 2 series coming out in 2024, both of which look really promising. They're doing new covers for some of her series, the Improper Lords series, which, oh my gosh, yummy. And then I also really like, and then I love the new covers for the international best-selling Dangerous Backs series. I mean, Dangerous Butts series. I mean, Dangerous Lords series. Sorry. I think I need to read these. But anyway, let's talk about Never Keep a Secret at Christmas. Sometimes a secret can mend broken hearts. Alice Downtree spends Christmas with her sister Marion after her father suffers an attack of gout. Their neighbor, the gruff, bad-tempered Earl of Hawkinge, is at odds with the world and has refused Marion's invitation to Christmas dinner. When Alice chats with him over the garden wall, she suspects something deeper lies beneath his humbug opinion of Christmas. Hawkinge and his grandson, Hugh Gifford, no longer speak. Okay, she's not going to fall in love with the guy over the garden wall. He's too old. Alice writes to Hugh, but must keep it a secret from her sister. When the handsome Lord Gifford arrives, there is an immediate spark between them. But Lord Hawkinge is barely civil to his grandson, and Marion and her husband argue over the letter. Alone in London, Hugh's estrangement from his grandfather seems to cut even deeper at Christmas. The Earl judged him unfairly when he sent him packing a year ago after an incident at university, and Hugh has no intention of going cap in hand to beg for forgiveness. I feel like this is like half the length of the novella. But when a letter arrives from a nosy old neighbor urging him to come as his grandfather is lonely, Hugh boards the stage to Kent. I'm guessing like a stagecoach. He is stunned to find the letter writer is no interfering widow. Alice Downtree might look like an angel, but she very much has her feet on the ground. If a man wished to marry her, he would have to measure up. She is soon to go to London for the season. And a husband is in the cards, and most regrettably, it cannot be him. The writing is very interesting in this. Yeah, it says it's 36 pages. I can't wait to see what this is like. It seems all over the place and lots of information. It's like half of the book. So we'll see how it goes. We got the tree in the house. That's half the battle. And I'm halfway through Never Keep a Secret on Christmas. This book is so charming. I am enjoying it immensely. We have Alice. She's 17. She's staying over Christmas with her sister and her brother-in-law and their young children. And she's lonely. She has all these other family members, like a couple that is from the first book in the Never series. They're expecting a baby in January, so they can't be there. Her mother and father can't be there for Christmas. She's lonely, wandering around the gardens in their beautiful estate, and over the wall sees an older gentleman with his dog. They take up these so adorable conversations between the two of them. They're both just so charming, but you can tell that the grandfather is a little sad. So she decides to write a letter to his grandson saying that she's worried about him without really saying who she is. Her grandson, meanwhile, he's in London. There's nothing going on right now. He's lonely. He just feels like the exciting life that he's been leading has sort of come to naught. And he welcomes this letter from what he presumes to be an old biddy. And he doesn't feel like it's going to go well, but he decides to go ahead to town, or out to visit his grandfather. Upon entering the home where Alice is now having tea with him, they're having mince pies and Christmas cake, and it's just adorable. The grandson walks in and their eyes meet, and it's instant chemistry, but it's very sweet. It's not over the top. It's totally believable. Afterwards, so he walks her to her home once they're done and comes back and says she might be a Christmas angel. And then the grandfather explains that she's going to be presented in the season in the spring. And the grandfather's worried that all the rakes are going to be after her because apparently she's gorgeous, but she's very sweet. And anyway, I'm just loving this so much, and I can't wait to finish today. We put lights on the tree, which I thought was wider on the bottom. I'm a little disappointed. I like mine with a wide bottom, but that sounded wrong. Anyway, okay, so I finished the book. It was very dear. It was a little bit instant infatuation. It did feel a little abrupt in the ending, though. I'm gonna go ahead and give this 4 stars. I really did enjoy it, and I am interested in reading more by this author. I think she's got a lot of promise. The writing was much better than the summary seemed. The summary felt kind of strange to me, but the writing was good in the story, so I'm glad that I read it. Way more realistic than the story that I read yesterday. So now I'm going to surprise my 10-year-old by decorating his bed for Christmas.
Making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset.
Well, it's day 3, and I just finished filming my December TBR, so I thought, oh, I'll just keep everything as is. It makes life a little bit easier. I also just realized I didn't do my Christmas cards yet this year, so I've got to be doing that today. But I'm also making time for the next Christmas novella, which is Maeve Grayson's A Yuletide Yearning. This is another super short one. It's like 47 pages, thankfully, because I've got a million things to do today. Anyway, I love it though. It's such a fun time of year, but such a busy one as well, right? This one is Highlander. I was looking at her website and she's got a lot of good stuff here. The Once Upon a Scot series, which is a steamy medieval Scottish historical Time to Love a Highlander series. Look at this is so cool. Scottish historical time travel romance. I love these covers. How cool are they? Half of the clothing is regular, present day, and then you can see that they've gone back in time. It's really cool. I can't say the same thing about the Highlanders Heart and Soul / Highland Heroes series covers. They look kind of strange to me. I'm not really sure what's going on. It looks like, I know they're superimposed to the background, but it looks like their heads are superimposed on their bodies, sort of. Isn't that strange? Marvel as I talk about things that are super important. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm excited to dive into this. Look at this Highland Hearts time travel romance. She's got some really neat stuff. So I'm excited to get into this author today. I'm just going to be focusing on her Highlander Christmas novella. And let's read a little bit about that. As you can see, I'm looking at my computer right now. I love when people explain what they're looking at. Like we're all going, well, what are you looking at? A Yuletide Yearning. Highland Heroes, book 5.5. Regret is a sly enemy. It isn't that Tate Mackenzie regrets his life of pirating and plundering. Pirating? We're pirating and we're a Highlander? Okay. But he's getting older, and it's Christmas, and he's lonely. Especially since foul weather has him stranded at his hideaway instead of spending a joyous Yule with his cousin and her little ones who adore him. Aww. Never before has he thought about missing a life with a good woman and children of his own, but he's thinking about it now. When he dies, what will he leave behind? Nothing more than fleeting memories from those who either loved him or hated him, or both. But what woman other than a harlot would settle for a life with a pirate lord? Is he just a pirate? I thought he was a Highlander. I don't know. Let's keep reading. If wishes and dreams were oceans and streams, she'd sail her way to happiness. Ellie Hobbs loves Tate McKenzie, always has, ever since the day her father found her, freed her from the workhouse, and brought her to Tate's Cove. But Captain Tate doesn't give her a second glance. After all, she is the daughter of his quartermaster and best friend. But he must like her a wee bit. Because every male at the Cove gives her a wide berth since Tate proclaimed her off limits as soon as she made landfall. He told everyone she's a virtuous woman intended for better than them. The only one she wishes she was intended for is Tate. She tells the North Star that very wish every night. Oh, even on Christmas Eve. Maybe someday her wishes will come true. Can 3 pirate ghosts on Christmas Eve scare some sense into a Scottish rogue and make him see that the love he needs has been right in front of him all along? Let's find out. It also says that we met Tate McKenzie in the Warrior Book 2 of the Highland Hero series. If we had read that, we would have met him, but we didn't. Or maybe you did. Did you? Okay, this day has really gotten away from me, and I'm finally now after dinner getting to read the first half of A Yuletide Yearning. This is definitely more of a pirate book than a Highlander book. But they are speaking like saying Ken as in no. They say K-E-N instead of the word no. So there is some Highlander talk in here. We have our hero, I guess. He's a pirate and he's drinking like crazy. They are in this cove that's basically a pirate's cove, and it's basically filled with pirates and harlots. Now, there's one woman who's apparently better than all of them, according to Tate, who is our head pirate. Her name is Ellie, and she was in a workhouse with her mother until Tate's quartermaster discovered that she even existed and rescued her. Her mother had died. It's all very sad, but Ellie loves living in Pirates Cove, despite the fact that she is definitely different from everybody else that lives there. And she just wants to take care of her dad, Hobbs, who is the quartermaster, or, the sidekick to Tate. Ellie's in love with Tate. Tate feels like he's not nearly good enough for her, which is a conversation they have while he is insanely drunk, which, he's so drunk it doesn't really make sense that they're having this really coherent conversation that he's not even going to remember, and he doesn't even know who she is because apparently he's so drunk. So it's kind of strange, but she just really wants him to come to Christmas dinner, and he says Christmas is for fools, but he's just upset because he feels like he's a bad guy, and apparently he's not, but he's pretty gruff and gross and a mess. So yeah, the interesting part is I'm just about at the 50% point, and he is going to be visited by 3 pirate ghosts overnight to see if they can help him see the error of his ways before it's too late. We'll see what these ghosts have to say. You hear all the craziness in my house. Everyone is wild, and it's like an hour from bedtime. I just finished the book. It was kind of wacky and wild. It was a really fresh take on A Christmas Carol. It was a pirate version of A Christmas Carol for sure. It was really interesting, and I don't really want to say more than that. I gave this 3 stars because it was sort of all over the place in terms of, oh, he's a good guy, oh, he's not a good guy. He changed a lot, which I guess is something that happens in A Christmas Carol, but it just didn't feel super believable to me, and I wasn't a huge fan of all the writing. Also, I was really hoping for a Highlander book, and this was definitely a pirate book, but still, if you want a pirate take on A Christmas Carol, I don't think you would be disappointed at all if you were to read this. So now I'm going to surprise my middle son and make his Christmas. And here's my daughter.
Got you wrapped up in my arms, and we'll stay up all night, and the fireside is blazing bright. This Christmas will be something unreal. Darling, you saved my heart just as I thought I
Do you like it? I just finished filming my Christmas book haul, and here are all my Christmas books. It was so fun. Anyway, I thought this would be the perfect time to tell you about the book that I'm reading today called Code of Joy by Jackie Delecki. It's the Codebreaker series book 10. 10. I love spies. I love mysteries. I love spy mysteries. I love code breaking. I love all of that. So when I saw this, I had to nab it. And it's a Christmas novella on Kindle Unlimited. So who could go wrong? Actually has 11 books, and Code of Joy is the second to last. So we'll see how much front loading they need to do in terms of telling me about the characters and things like that. I still wanted to go for this because it looked fun. Looking at her website, she looks like she's very much known for romantic suspense with some yummy men. So it looks like she's a lot of fun. But let's talk more about the book we're going to be reading today, A Code of Joy. 'Tis the season of love and hope, spies and intrigue. Yes. Enter the emotional, suspenseful Regency world of USA Today bestselling author Jackie Dalecki's Codebreakers Spy series. Undaunted by danger or scandal, these intrepid lords and ladies discover true love as they risk it all to save England from Napoleon's treacherous designs. Lieutenant Reginald Talley's first clandestine assignment is to obtain French codes from an undercover courier, which could change the outcome of the war. Here's the sentence that sold me. What he didn't plan on his first mission was snow or the inscrutable and irresistible Miss Joy James. So this looks fun. I'm excited. Let's read it. So I'm sitting in my son's room just to kind of enjoy more of this Dr. Seuss bedding. He really does love it. I feel bad because I want to show you how much they love it, but at the same time I feel guilty showing their faces on YouTube. So anyway, sorry about that. Also, I just realized we still have his Thanksgiving poster up from one of his favorite books. So we got Thanksgiving and Christmas going at the same time. Anyway, I just read the first half of Code of Joy. They only mentioned Christmas once. They said, oh, and it's Christmas. Oh, is it? Because I wouldn't know that from anything else about the story. So that's kind of annoying, but oh well. Also, the first 10% was definitely front loading of all the characters and just going into all of the loves and adventures that they've already had in the series. I think our hero is definitely compelling. He's handsome, he's rugged, he's a soldier, and this is his first spy mission, so he's really excited. He's supposed to be intercepting a woman named Paulette. She's going to be giving him names of people that are supposed to be British, but they're actually French spies. So he's really excited to meet this woman at this inn at Christmas time. Well, this poor woman who's just a regular gal having the worst day ever. She's soaking and she's at the fire at this inn. She is not Paulette. He thinks that she is. And for a while, he believes that she is a French spy, and it is all kinds of confusing. He's supposed to seduce her too, and she's just like, what's going on? So it's not nearly as funny as it sounds. So writing is good, but it's kind of dry, if that makes sense. It's just sort of serious. So like if Tessa Dare were writing this, I feel like it would be perfect. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. He's finally met Paulette. We'll see what happens next. I'm feeling the Christmas bedding, so I'm back at my 10-year-old's room again. And the kids have really been enjoying it, and they love that there's like a new reveal every day. It makes it really special. But let's talk about the rest of Code of Joy. I wound up giving this book 3 stars. It was on paper or in my Kindle very interesting. There's danger, there's suspense, there's a daring rescue, and there's romance. It did get a little spicy at the very end, just a little bit. And I was like, oh, I'm surprised. Interesting. It teases more to come, I guess, in book 11 of the series. I think this was just a case of the reader and the writer just not quite jiving. I found my mind wandering. I just couldn't quite sink into the story. And now I'm finishing with the last bed in the house. My husband's in my bed, and I picked out something. I hope he likes it. I should have let him pick too, but yeah, I went ahead and picked. So he gets to be surprised now.
Last, I barely did see it. Now I'm calling all angels high. If you are there, help me find the Christmas spirit again. The Christmas spirit.
Can you believe it's the final day of my historical romance Christmas novella Kindle Unlimited reading vlog? I can't believe it. And I picked a book that I'm probably gonna have to read over 2 days because it's a little bit longer, but it is a novella. It looks really cool. It is called Christmas with a Czar, a steamy Regency romance. I've never read anything with a czar before, so I'm excited. A man who claims to be a prince and a woman forced to play along, but the real secret must be revealed before Christmas Day. It's Christmas at St. James Court, and there's a pretender to the Russian throne attempting to gain royal approval. Alexei Dmitry Emmanuel Maximilian Konstantinovich, or Maxim to his admirers, is determined to hide the secret that will ruin him. He may only be 1 in 30, but he's seen enough of the world to last him a lifetime, unlike Miss Anne Marsh. She's agreed with her father that this will be her last season to be presented at St. James. Tired of being trotted out for the marriage market, all she wants is to retire to anonymity. That's going to be difficult after being found in a compromising position in the Russian prince's rooms. A marriage of convenience is agreed and Christmas Day is set for their wedding, but Maxim is hiding far more than Anne could ever guess, and she has a few secrets of her own. Will Maxim be recognized at court for the czar he claims to be? Will Anne accept a marriage of convenience from such a wild and hedonistic man? Can a Christmas with a czar be the beginning of a lifetime together? This is the 11th in the best-selling series of 11 ravishing regencies. This is a steamy, forced proximity Regency romance with a happily ever after, no cliffhangers, and part of a series that can be read in any order. Let's do it! This, by the way, is by Emily E.K. Murdoch, who has done quite a lot, actually. I've seen a lot of her stuff on NetGalley. I know she does a lot of historical romances, so I'm going to look her up on the web. She has a website, the home of historical romance, medieval, Western, Regency, steamy, sweet. She's got all kinds of stuff. This is great. Get free books, insider info, and more weekly. Emily Murdoch in your inbox. See how cool. This is like my How I Save Money on Books video. You gotta go to the websites of the authors that you like because then you get free stuff. It's so great. Maybe the next time I check in with you, I will have read half of this book and I will have made my bed. So we'll see. I know the lighting is terrible, but I thought this would be fun. This is gonna be the end of this vlog because, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm midway through this book and I'm gonna have to DNF it because it is terrible. It's terrible. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, I just can't do it. You know, sometimes you just gotta DNF. I very rarely do that, and I'm doing this in a vlog, which is unprecedented. Unprecedented, but I had to do it. And honestly, I'm laughing so much that I think it's still been a success because I've had a good time. The writing is just so bad. I mean, there's things that are just typos, but then there's also weird sentences like, she had maturity without being maturity. What? And then several sentences in a row ending with the same word, experience. What? So this czar has secrets. Anne herself has secrets. She's an English woman. He's a maybe prince from Russia. But they both talk about, I have secrets and you have secrets and we have secrets and we're not telling each other our secrets. And they keep talking about it over and over again. And it's Christmas time. Anyway, she stumbles into his bedroom randomly. Like it's really close to the main quarters where everybody's having tea or dancing or something. And he's shirtless and he's like, come on in. And so she does. And then they both touch something at the same time. And there were tingles. And then they kissed. And then a butler walks in, so they have to get married. But we don't know if it's going to work out or not. It's just so bad. And I got to a love scene at 50%, and I'm just like, it's just terrible. It's terrible. I'm so sorry. It's just, I want to read you part of it. But I don't want to punish you for having watched this vlog. So if you're curious about what I'm talking about, please enjoy the 50% mark of this book because it's terrible. But I had a good laugh. Anyway, there you have it. This was a lot of fun. I want to thank Rachel of Rachel Reads and Sings for doing this week with me. I had so much fun. I really did. Even the bad stuff was fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in this vlog. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're reading, even if it's this. Until next time, thanks so much. Take care. Bye.